Grand Rising, Grand Rising. This is Sean Speaks. Happy Wednesday. Today, December 30th, 2020. We are almost done with 2020 and about to rocket into 2021. I know this has been a tough year for a lot of us. It's been both good, it's been both bad. It should just kind of let you know that, life is like a coin. You can't have one side without the other. So you might as well just accept that both comes with owning the coin. Today I just kind of want to talk about learning to be open. I know that I can look back at a time in my life where I wasn't open to certain things, right? I had a very closed mind about life, about love, about friendships, about business, about wealth, about people in general. And I realized that because I had such a closed mind about things, there was a lot of things that was in existence that I couldn't see, right? Because a lot of times, I don't know if any of you have heard of the reticular activating system, right? But a perfect example of it is like when you buy a new car, right? It's like you go and you buy a new car, and then all of a sudden, everywhere you go, you see your car, right? Like I recently purchased a new car, and I kid you not, I never saw the car, but paid attention to the car at all. As soon as I got it, now I see these cars all over the place, right? And so that's your reticular activating system. And so one of the things I realized is that when you're not open, right, you're not allowing things, right, to come into your awareness that you might even actually want in your life, right? And so this is the reason why you have to read more. This is the reason why you have to interchange and exchange information with people more, because what happens is that you draw things into your reticular activating system. In fact, if you're watching this video right now, over the next 7 days, you probably are going to hear something about the reticular activating system, especially if you've never heard that term before, or you've heard it before but didn't really pay attention to it. You're going to actually pay attention to that term. You'll be like, wait a minute. Sean Speaks was talking about that reticular activating system, right? And so what I found is that when you start to bring things into your awareness, you start to bring more of those things into your awareness. So something as simple as seeing a car that you never paid attention to before, once you get it or once you decide that you want to get it, it's the same thing about life, right? One of the things that we have to be open to is that we have to be open to a belief in ourselves, right? I created a lot of content in 2020, whether it's my quotes, whether it was my YouTube channels, my blogcasts, whether it's my Facebook lives, etc., or just my recorded videos that I release. I created a lot of content, and I realized that the core of the content of what I'm putting out there is that I want people to believe more in themselves. And I know that comes from a place of sincerity on my part, because it took me some time to learn to believe in my own self, right? And so I guess I want to make that path, that journey to self-belief easier for other people. But I also realize that everybody has their path. And just like my position on relationships is that you can't make it work. You can't make people believe in themselves when they have a default disbelief in themselves. People have to want to open their awareness, be open to new information, be open to new views, be open to seeing the world differently in order for them to be open to go from disbelief in themselves to belief in themselves. And you can't make people change that, right? People have to want to change that. And just like I went through the same journey, I had to split the video in two. Somebody called me in the middle. But anyway, I didn't always believe in myself, right? In fact, I had a disbelief in myself, right? I thought of myself as a worm. I thought of myself as unworthy. I thought of myself as not good enough. And it took a lot to. I thought of myself as a sinner. I thought of myself as unworthy, and it took a lot to undo that thought pattern about myself, right? It took a lot to change that belief pattern to believing in myself, believing that I'm good enough, to believing that I'm worthy, And I took my journey. And so other people have to take their journey too. And sometimes on this journey of growing and changing, you have to go into what I call the silence, right? You got to go into a period of time of hibernation, a period of time where it's not that you're disconnecting from people, it's just that you're connecting deeper with yourself. And so sometimes that happens. And so, but anyway, I just want to just say happy new year, just in case I don't come back on. Happy new year to you. Happy 2021. I know that it's going to be a great year. I would say just be more open in 2021. Be open to new information, right? Like my friend Sharita likes to say, just chew on that shit. When somebody says something that doesn't quite register with what you believe or what you think, right? Just say, you know what? Let me chew on that shit. Let me think about it. Let me pause. Let me roll it over in my mouth and in my mind a little longer, and I'll come back to you on it, right? Because you may just find that a lot of times you're just not open, right? And if you just allow it to come into your reticular activating system, you'll begin to see that it was always there all around you, right? Just like abundance. Abundance is everywhere. Once you change your state of being to a mind of abundance and not scarcity and not lack, right? There's a lot of people that make a lot of money off of getting us to believe in scarcity, right? And what we have to do is say, wait a minute, stop. Let me chew on that, right? If I look around the world, right? If I look in this lake behind me, that's a lot of water, right? And that water's just sitting there. So there's not a scarcity because there's techniques and technology that can change that water into good water. So water there's no shortage of water, right? I had did a blogcast about diamonds, right? And we all love diamonds, especially us women, right? We love diamonds. There's nothing wrong if you like your diamonds, right? But diamonds is presented to us as if diamonds are scarce, when in actuality, that was just a marketing scheme to make you think that diamonds are scarce so that they can charge more for it. Well, what about life? What if scarcity has been marketed to us as in life, and we believe that life and things that's in life is scarce? Life has a way of always replenishing itself. It's regenerative, right? And so in 2021, if you need to take some time to regenerate, to go into the silence, to disconnect, to just be open more, right? You may very well find that all the things that you want to bring into your world, bring into your existence, bring into your relationships are there, has always been there, but you just need to bring them into your reticular activating system. So my message to you to end 2020 is be open. Be open and allow yourself to receive new information, right? New views. That doesn't mean you have to adopt them. Just allow yourself to be open to them, and you may just find, right, that your awareness about yourself expands, and you begin to realize a lot of what you want was already there in your face. Happy end of 2020 and happy beginning of 2021. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Ashe, my friends, ashe, free thinkers. May what you say manifest in your life today and every day. Ashe.